Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Tyler G of Batman Figs on Instagram, as well as co-host of DC Figures and Collectibles, which is a podcast on toy photography and collecting. Not just DC, we talk about all sorts of pop culture items that people collect or photograph, and I do that along with my co-host Scott, who is at the.batfan on Instagram. He's also a toy photographer, very talented. And first of all, before I get into the action figure review, I'd like to thank my dad for first allowing me to discover this line. He got me this Harley Quinn, and that's when I was pretty blown away by this line, especially how small it is, how much articulation. So that's what prompted me to reach out to the people that create this line at Hiya Toys, and they sent me these samples, and I want to thank them for that, because it's always nice to get a sample that at least one or two to, I know it's not everyone's going to get the chance to do it, but it's always nice to be able to see a figure or at least see your friends before you buy it, and hopefully I could give you guys my take on what I think of these figures and if they're worth the money, the investment. And so far, I gotta say, like I already said, I was impressed by the Harley Quinn, and I'm even more impressed by these, okay? I got these four from Injustice 2, the video game. And let's take a look first at this Supergirl, because she's pretty fantastic. She comes with two head sculpts. This is her angry laser vision, of course, and this is her regular head sculpt, which probably won't ever be on this figure, to be honest. There is a little paint problem right there around her nose, and yeah, I like the laser vision head, to be honest, though. Probably just keep that on there, and that doesn't have too many flaws, so it's impressive, especially for at this scale, to have decent paint on the face, especially. Oh, I forgot to show one of the coolest details. Look at that cape. Talk about a cool detail. So she comes with a different head sculpt, laser, regular. She comes with two pairs of hands, the fist that she's already has on. Come on, zoom out. And then she comes with, a pair of relaxed hands. And make sure you get a bag right away when you open these, because these accessories are all so small. It's like if you lose one, you're out of luck. Alright, Wonder Woman. I'm going in order of which the ones I photographed. Wonder Woman, I'm pretty impressed. Especially with the face, because like I said, it is pretty plain, but you can't do too many details, and just the fact that they're able to get the eye paint and everything looking decent, I think that's good enough. And it does have more of a classic looking Wonder Woman look to it, face wise. Doesn't look like Gal Gadot. And then, come on, get in focus. She comes with the sword that you see. She comes with a shield, which is cool. It has a lot of it looks a lot like metal. I think it has some dry brushing effect to make it look weathered. And then just the suit itself. Let's look at this suit. Look at the details in the torso. She has her lasso of truth. Lots of details all the way around. And she comes with a pair of open hands or grabbing hands to hold, the sword or the shield, and she comes with a closed pair, and of course a stand. But I'm going to use her as the example for articulation. So bear with me. So I take off her shield and hands. Okay. So for her articulation, she of course has the head, and the hair doesn't impede it in any way. Soft rubber. So you can turn it 360. She has a diaphragm joint which is more for rotating. Doesn't go too much down. However, it does allow her to move back. So her arms could go up this high. They could rotate around. She has a single joint elbow that has about, I would say, a 90-degree bend for those geometry lovers. She does have a swivel at the elbow. She has, the wrists are just a ball joint, so they could go all over the place, basically. And yeah, that's the top. She has ankle cut, or thigh cut, ankle cut, double knee, which is awesome. And she has ankles that pivot as well as go up and down. So pretty amazing articulation. And that's the same articulation that Supergirl has. And just also for a reference, because people are going to want to know scale, and even though they're 1/18 scale, people know they're small, it's also cool to see how they scale within each other as a line. So here's, right, I have 3 females. I have more female characters than male, so I am progressive. No, I'm just so there you have it. Harley's a little bit bigger than Supergirl. Supergirl's the smallest, which is good because she is a girl at this point, or at least in most iterations where she, you know, is around, she's a girl. So it's nice that she's still a little bit smaller. And of course, Wonder Woman, being the Amazonian that she is as tall as Joker. Now, you can see that they both have the same style articulation for the waist. Harley's doesn't move, but Joker's has a diaphragm and a waist rotation as well as flash. So let's get over to these guys. Joker is on a stand. He's not only is it just to show you the stand, but for some reason he's the hardest one to get to stand, and it's because his ankles, they have the ability to hinge, but because the pants get in the way, you can't get it to always work the way you want it to get him to stand. So he does fall quite often, and you might need to put him on a stand if you obtain this figure. Here's an up-close look at that $1 million smile, or billion if you're talking about the movie. He has a little blood ha on him. Blood splattered everywhere. Classic Joker. Didn't want to get on his clothes, so he took off the shirt. There are a lot of good details. I mean, the shoes look brilliant. Pants look brilliant. The jacket has a weathered effect on it, so it does feel like he's had it a while. And in terms of accessories for this guy, he comes with the most of this lot of figures anyway. He comes with a pair of hands that he has right now, which are to hold either the cards, the knife, or the blood-stained crowbar, which I'll show you. And he also comes with a pair of triggered fingers, so he can use the gun that he has. Now, he comes with a knife. One accessory. He comes with a blood-stained crowbar. Let's see if I get the blood. There we go. Come on. Come on. Hopefully you can see it on the picture I posted. So he comes with a knife, a crowbar, the smallest pair of, or the smallest little cards you've ever seen in your life. I'm afraid to even. All right, here. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. That's the back. And here's the front. Yes, they even do a back and a front on these little cards. And the Joker on these looks a lot like the Joker from the cards that was on the Dark Knight. So that's pretty cool. So he comes with cards, a crowbar, knife, trigger finger hands, regular holding hands, and here's a very 89 style long barreled Joker gun, which is awesome. And it even is dry brushed to look metallic. And I mean, for tiny figures, these people went all out on making sure that they were detailed, and that people that collect these will actually like it and enjoy it. And I gotta say, I am impressed. At first, when you see the price, you're like, okay, $17 for like a figure that's 3 inches, 4 inches, but I gotta say, it's worth it. And especially when you consider that these have articulation that are like SH Figuarts or Mafex, and they come with a lot of good accessories, and they look like this. Like, this is probably my favorite Flash figure ever now. I just really, really enjoy how this looks. For how small of a figure, it looks better than most 6-inch figures. It's a very classic looking Barry Allen. I wish I could get better up close of his face. His eyes do look a little off, which that does suck. Let's see. Oh, not too bad. I think it's just the glare. But let's even get a good look at the back of the figure. Now, look at that. Oh, the detail. Lightning trim. Even on the back of the hamstrings. He has little details like the wings on the feet, and they actually come off. Like, I mean, they're not sketched in, but look like they actually are coming off of the figure. I mean, they don't pop off, but even the wings on his, the lightning bolts on the side of his head, even lightning bolts on the cowl. And he comes with, like I talked about him and Joker, like he has waist rotation down here, as well as the diaphragm joint and that ability. And I would say he's probably the most articulated along with Joker out of the lot. And besides just looking like a really cool, amazing figure, he comes with 4 lightning effects. And I'm sure you've seen lightning effects before, but maybe not this tiny. He also comes with a pair of running straight hands. Like so. So he comes with a pair of fist hands, running straight hands, 4 lightning effects, crazy amount of articulation, all for that little 1/18 scale figure. I'm very happy with these figures. I want to again thank Hiya Toys for sending me samples. I want to thank my dad for even letting me hear these figures, and even, I mean, I don't take for granted that I have a dad that buys me figures and doesn't think I'm a mentally ill lunatic. So thank you to my dad. Thank you for the Hiya Toys company. Hopefully I'll get to do more of these and do more reviews for you guys. Show them off. If you want to see pictures, head over to Batman Figs on Instagram. I'll put a link in the description box. I'll also put a link to DC Figures and Collectibles' newest episode, where it's me and Scott on the pre-show. And tomorrow, Friday, we have Joe of Extreme Sets, and that's what the background I'm using is an Extreme Sets background right here, and they're great for toy photography. So he has a lot of new stuff coming up, and we're gonna ask him all about that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you soon.